Hey there YouTube, it's me Tealfile Wilderness. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the first of this month's Korean toy reviews. Right, today I've got another figure from the Metal Cardbot Season 2 or Metal Cardbot S. And it is this guy, Red Blitz. Now before we get into the review itself, let's have a quick look at the packaging. So here's his box, and it's fairly typical for the new style of Metal Cardbot S boxes. Obviously from Samji Entertainment. You've got Jun, the main kid protagonist, down there, and then obviously you've got lots of, sort of, what look like, meteorite fragments or rubble or flying debris or whatever, I don't know, around there. There's some pictures of Red Blitz down the side. Got pictures of the robot on there. Pictures of him on the back. As you can probably tell from the images on the box, this guy he does a lot of fire and flame attacks because he's a bright red bot. And then you've got all the product information on the bottom. Nice sturdy cardstock. It's got a largest window, double clamshell inside. Yeah, all that jazz. Comes with instructions. Now it says this guy has, what is it, 34 steps? Yeah, 34 steps, but that does include the metal card gimmick as well. So he has got quite a fussy transformation, this guy. Yeah, so let's get on with the review proper. Now, obviously, last month I got this guy. I got the Metal Cardbot S, Blue Cop S. So this was an upgrade or power up to Blue Cop in the first episode of the series, after they had a run-in with this guy. So yeah, Red Blitz is the first antagonist bot to come into the show, and the current episode is up to about episode 12. He actually got captured by Jun after a huge fight with Gigantrex. That's it, Gigantrex. A huge fight in episode 11. It's also the one where Metal Cardbot gets his power up and becomes a combiner. Like he comes Trinity Metal Metal Cardbot Trinity Blue Cop S or Blue Cop Trinity. He like forms up with these other vehicles to form like a combiner, and he just beats the shit out of everybody. Anyway, Red Blitz gets captured in that episode, but the next episode he runs away, and then he has to get captured again, and it's yeah, he's quite a nuisance maker, this guy. He likes throwing his weight around a bit, doing lots of sort of flaming attacks, because his metal card weapon is a pair of flaming booties, which gives him and he does lots of flying kicks and things. That's why in the thumbnail I've got him doing a high kick. But yeah, it's a nice big car. I mean, let's do a quick size comparison with Blue Cop S. So he's quite a bit bigger than Blue Cop S, as you can see. And then obviously, robot stuff underneath. But yeah, he's quite a big car. He's got very large pinned wheels that roll extremely well. He's got this huge, air intake, supercharger blower sticking out the hood of his car. Now in the show, underneath this thing is like a little chamber where he has the portal generator, which is like a hexagonal unit which comes out and then generates a square portal which he can jump through. This doesn't come out. It hasn't got the portal generator on it, unfortunately. You can see his robotic eyes in the windscreen. It's got some ridges on the back. It's got some boosters sticking out the back. Yeah, it's got wing mirrors. It's got painted in lights. It's got transparent lights on the front. It's got this big, mean, massive black grille on the front. But yeah, it's a very, very swoopy, sporty, car. And yeah, it's got a good weight to it. It's got a good size. It rolls extremely well. Not much more you can say about it, really. It's a really cool looking sports car. Now, transformation on this guy. I first tried to transform it al fresco and got a bit fuddled up with it because it's got a few steps on it, this guy. But I've looked at the instructions. The instructions are, robot mode to... actually, they're robot mode to vehicle mode. So going the other way, you have to work it out. But I've roughly got the what they call it, order of operation going on this thing now. So transformation, to start off with, you take this grill piece and then you lift it up and it will separate the two panels on the top like that. So you bring them out to the side. You've then got these side panels which are on double hinges, which you unclip it from the front and then you hinge it back, and then there's a peg in the back where it pegs in. There we go. Do the same on the other side. Like that. Then you pull these bits back. Bring down his feet. You then pull out the legs, like so. Twizzle that round. Split the legs, and then you've got these side pieces, which then sort of spin round onto the back and fold in. You've got this piece which then folds up and clips into the back. Then the top half, the arms are pegged in here and up here, so you've got to undo the pegs. So you unclip, and then the shoulders are on a joint which comes down. Now these bits slide up and then they tilt back until they have a soft detent where they click into place. And then you've got to push his head forwards, bring this piece back, fold up the grill piece, and then it plugs into his chest, and then you just straighten everything up. And there's Red Blitz in his robot mode. And he's quite a smart looking dude. He's got mostly red going on with some black and some sort of yellowy gold accents. And a little bit of silver with his hood engine thing. Kind of getting hot rod vibes from this guy. So I could say, if you're looking for an analog with this character to a Transformers character, a hot rod is a good pick. Size comparison. So here he is next to my usual size comparator, Combiner Wars Megatron, because he's a solid leader class bot. So he's reasonably large. But I'll just do a quick transform Blue Cop back in his robot mode so we can do a size comparison with him. So if you just give me a moment. Right, so there's Blue Cop S in his robot mode. Now, as you can see, Blue Cop S is smaller than Red Blitz. Now, as this guy is the main protagonist bot in the show, you'd have thought he'd have be a bit larger, and also you'd have thought he'd have had all the all the articulation joints, but he is missing a few articulation joints. He's got no bicep swivels. He has got a waist joint. He's got thigh swivels. Nothing at the feet. He's okay, better than his original form, but his original figure did have bicep swivels, which I forgot to mention in the review. But this guy, articulation is quite impressive, actually. So, looking at his robot mode, he's quite bulky. He's got a lot going on his legs. He's got quite a bit of kibble on the back of his legs, actually, which does hamper things a little bit. It looks cool though, and in the show, he's, like I said, he's quite a he's one of the main antagonist bots for the first sort of 10 episodes at least. He's always doing bad stuff, and but he gets captured, and it'd be interesting to see how he develops going forward in the show. Not that I've seen full episodes yet, because obviously they're only posting clips up on YouTube at the moment. They're not posting full episodes as yet. So articulation, he has a ball jointed head with a good range of movement. It will go all the way around. Can get a bit of quizzical tilt on it, but it's got a decent range of motion. Shoulders. That joint does come in and out. Bicep swivel, which Blue Cop doesn't have. Single pinned jointed elbow that has got a really good crunch. It goes past 90 degrees and probably up to 120 degrees. It's got a nice crunch going on there with the elbow. Ratchet waist joint. Hips, go back, go forwards, they go out. Thigh swivel. The knee, it's got a reasonably deep knee, so if you move the kibble out of the way, you can get an even deeper knee bend. And then the feet. Now he does have a slight ankle tilt, but the leg parts around it do hamper its movement a little bit. So that's the base robot. He's all right actually. Like I said, he's got a slightly fussy transformation. And fair bit of kibble going on, but he's all right. Now, card weapon, because he's a Metal Cardbot figure. He has his metal card, but whereas in the previous series, the metal cards were made out of transparent plastic and they folded into a compact sandwich which went behind the metal card. This season. They've got these massive great chunks for the card weapons. So let's take the card off. It clips onto this thing in a number of places. And there's his card with the Metal Cardbot S sigil on the back. Now these things are his card weapon, and they're a pair of boots. So basically what you do is you open that, you fold that round, clip it underneath, and then this yellow thing goes on the top like that. I'll do it with the other one so you can actually see what I'm doing. Black piece clips underneath, this folds out, and then the yellow piece folds round and clips on the top. And inside they've got a couple of pegs, and what you do is you fold up the main robot feet, and then underneath there's a couple of notches in the bottom of the leg. So this thing just clips in like that, and then you do it again on the other side. It just clips in, and there we have Red Blitz with his mega booties on. Now this gives him a lot more height. Obviously, he's a lot taller with these boots on. I'll do another size comparison with Megatron. So now he can look Megatron in the eye. Now that he's got these boots on. And with these boots, he can do lots of, sort of like fire attacks, like flaming kicks. He can create like little whirlwinds and tornadoes and little, fire wheels that he shoots them at people, and he does lots of flying kicks and things with his his flaming card weapon booties. Yeah, so it's now they do have ankle tilts. As you can see, they've got a good range, these extra boots, so that gives him a little bit more articulation on his ankles. Yeah, he's all right. Now I wasn't going to get this guy early doors. I was probably going to wait till later in the season because I was going to try and do the same thing I did last year, where I'll pick the figures up as they get, sort of sealed and captured by Jun. But this show, they've done things slightly differently, and I think I'll just get them in order of appearance in the show. So this is obviously, he's the first bot to appear because he appears in the first episode, and he's in virtually every single episode. Well, he is in every single episode up to the current episode 12. So yeah, he's all right. So there we go. Metal Cardbot Red Blitz, second Metal Cardbot S figure that I've got. And that's been my review. Little bit of a mess, actually. Could have done better, but I'm not filming this thing again. Sod that. You wouldn't believe how many false starts I've had on this video. I had about 6 or 7 false starts before I got going. So anyway, that's been my review. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I've got another Metal Cardbot S figure to review for you next week, so look forward to that. I've been Too Far Wilderness. I'll catch you all next time. Ta-da.